Hello everyone and welcome back to another Raiders video. In this video, I'll be giving my Raiders Cowboys game recap, as well as talking about the quarterback one decision, so let's get into it. So now we have our official QB1 chosen. It is Gardner Minshew. And first of all, I was kind of surprised by that decision. I thought it'd be Aaron O'Connell not because of the preseason, but rather because he's a younger guy and he has more potential, whereas Gardner Minshew is going into his 6th year and we already know what his ceiling is. On top of that, Gardner Minshew is a guy that's a gunslinger. Sure, he can make plays, but he can also make bad plays in terms of throwing balls into traffic and getting intercepted, which I thought would not fit us because we're a defensive team that's going to run the ball. And I thought Aaron O'Connell would be a better choice to keep the ball out of harm's way. So that's why I thought it'd be Aaron O'Connell. But the decision is Gardner Minshew, which I don't dislike. At the end of the day, our QB room is better than it was last year. I still like Gardner Minshew. I was always a fan of his, and now we have him on our team as our QB1. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying I was not expecting this decision. Minshew is a guy that can create, as I mentioned, improvise, uses his legs. That is an advantage that we now have. If a play breaks down, he can get out of the pocket and either throw on the run or scramble for yards. That's going to be something refreshing to see that we did not see last year. I like that feature, and he is a good leader. He has good energy. A guy that you would at least like to be your QB1 for that reason. And excited to see how he does. No matter who the QB1 was going to be, I feel like the fan base is going to get behind them and root for the best, obviously, because we need them to play serviceable. That's what they're here to do. They don't have to throw for 300 yards every game. They don't have to throw for 3 touchdowns every game. Just play well enough, and that's what I hope that he's going to do. And we do have a good backup in Aaron O'Connell who can come in and play if needed. Now, looking at the game, I was not impressed by either quarterback, unfortunately. In the Minnesota game, both looked pretty good. I mentioned I thought Minshew looked a little better. In this game, I thought Aaron O'Connell looked a little better, even besides the interception. Even including the interception, I still think he looked better in this game. But again, the QB decision to me, and looks like to them, was not down to the preseason. It was more down to what each QB offers. And for Minshew, he made a lot of throws where it was, they were inaccurate. He missed Jacoby Myers a couple times. He missed a post to Trey Tucker early in the game. I love how he came back to that play and he ended up hitting Trey Tucker on that post. Great to see him hit that deep ball to Trey Tucker. Looks like Tucker is going to be a deep ball threat for us this year. Excited to see that. And besides that, I don't like how he looked. Minshew missed a lot of throws, I mentioned. That was not good to see. Now with O'Connell that came in and he made some passes, I thought he looked pretty good. Not pretty good, but at least pretty solid up until that interception. That was a bad play, ended up being a pick 6, but I thought he looked better. He made some tight window throws. I like how he connected with DJ Turner. DJ Turner is definitely a roster lock. I thought that after last week anyway, but the guy's making plays on offense. He might be a receiver 4, receiver 5. We'll see what happens. Wilkerson also made some plays. Jalen Guyon also got in there. I think Jalen Guyon's probably better than at least Wilkerson, but Turner is a lock to make a team. If we keep 5 receivers, it'll be Wilkerson or Guyon, but if we keep 6, I think we'll keep both of those guys. But again, for Aaron O'Connell, made some throws, but again, the pick 6 and I'll help him. Now, regardless of the preseason, the reason they probably went with Minshew is because he is the veteran with more experience, and as Coach Pierce said, he gives us the best chance to win, which I could agree with. Yeah, I was not a fan of either of their performances in this game. For Minshew, no Devontae Adams, no Brock Bowers due to injury. We can say that, but hopefully they're ready to go here soon. But for the rest of the game, I thought the pass protection looked really good throughout the game. The offensive line was really bad last week in the second half, and I thought this week they looked a lot better, especially in pass protection. So that's a positive takeaway from this game. Another point that I want to make is now on defense, Jack Jones looked really good. I know he gave up a double move touchdown, but that's what happens when you have a guy that's as aggressive as Jack Jones. We saw him break on multiple passes underneath. Apparently, you can't throw a curl route on Jack Jones or else he will break down on a ball and potentially pick it off. And that's the type of player he is. He's a guy that can break on the ball. And that's why he has a good track record of getting pick 6s. I believe he has 3 in his career. But with that same mindset, trying to jump routes, he can't get beat on double moves. And that's what happened on that 1-yard touchdown pass. They had Jack Jones. I think he still makes more plays than he gives up. So obviously, that's worth it in my opinion. And then the run defense still looked pretty bad throughout the game. So I was not a fan of saying that. No one really is. Neither is Antonio Pierce. He mentioned it after both games now. And needs to get better because our depth is something that should be better on defense, because that's what I talked about last week. I said if we're going to be a great defense, we have to have good depth. The Cowboys went down in the field on us with Trey Lance at quarterback, and that was not a good sign. We need to improve on run defense, and I hope we do. For this season, I'm not sure if it's going to be a big issue. I'm not saying that it will. I'm saying that is something that I think is worth at least taking a look at. Like, there's a lot of overreaction in preseason, always, whether it's good or bad. But that's one that might not be an overreaction. That's one that we have to actually kind of think about now. The depth on defense, because it's not good. It's not as good as I thought. In the D-line room, in the secondary, still guys getting beat in coverage. So I hope that that's not a problem in the regular season. Overall, we are now 0-2 in the preseason. I thought Dallas would not play as well as they did, but Trey Lance had a nice game, and we lost by 2 possessions. It was not a good look, but 0-2 does not really matter to me in the preseason. I mean, I would like to remind everyone that Josh McDaniels won 6-1, I believe, in the preseason. So the win-loss does not really matter. We did lose worse than I thought we'd lose, but getting out the kinks early, got the QB1 decision down. One more preseason game left to go. Does not change the fact that I, just like the rest of the fan base, is still very excited for this season. So I have a lot of confidence in Coach Pierce and the defense as well, obviously, as a whole unit in terms of the starters. So that was my Raiders-Cowboys game recap. I'm Marto, and thank you for watching.